Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss show. And in today's episode, I seen this post on Google, like searching up my name, and I didn't know that, like, cause the thing is this: anytime when I would Google my name, it just be like my social media accounts and stuff would pop up. But no, I do remember it was a while back. It was because I was looking for that to see if it's they might have taken it down, but I remember ESPN had posted about me because it was of a joke that I had cracked on Russell Wilson. He did this workout where, if you seen the movie Heavyweights, and you remember like that kind of like that workout montage that Ben Stiller had them kids doing, but there was one workout that he did where he was kind of like on this I don't know if it was like elastic or what, but he was like sliding back and forth to the sides and stuff. And yeah, Russell Wilson did some workout like that, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't know how that, maybe it strengthens out the legs or something. That's why I'm assuming, because yeah, it's like, quarterback, you gotta be quick on your feet and all that stuff. So maybe if not, then I'm like, yeah, he watched Heavyweights and he was like, you know what? Let me see if this workout, if it really does something and things, because I know I'll do that. I know I'll see some stuff in a movie or a TV show, and I'm like, does that really work? I don't go out and do it myself. I'll make sure that, I guess do my research and see. But yeah, overall though, no, I was looking for that and I couldn't find it. But I did see there's a section when searching up like my name, it was a forum section. And then yeah, there was like old like stuff that I've like, I guess like more so questions and ideas for video games through Steam. But there was one, because it's this website called Quora, where it wasn't posted by me. It was actually posted by a hater of mine's. But yeah, Quora is a question website. It's one of those websites where kind of like, if kind of like Reddit, for an example. I know Reddit has like their Ask Reddit section. That's what Quora pretty much is. It's so like if you have a question that you need some answers for and you can't find them on Reddit, then yeah, Quora, it's either the first or second place, compared to Reddit. But so anyways, unrelated to me, like that's why I'm kind of confused by how I ended up underneath this question. But it was left by a hater of mine. Again, I think I mentioned that. But anyways, the question asked by a completely different person. It wasn't asked by my hater. My hater left a comment, and I just wanted to kind of talk on it and then kind of just lead into what this episode is going to be about. But so anyways, the person, random person, they asked, how do some people become so ignorant that they completely ignore obvious facts? Does ignorance say a lot about a person's intelligence? Now, scrolling down a little bit, the hater, he left this some years ago, just now seeing it, but he responded to the question, mentioning me in the process. And to just kind of give you guys an overview of what he's talking on, he's talking about why I guess how I don't listen to people when it came down to individuals telling me to edit my videos. Now, here's the thing. I guess for those that don't know, I've been a content creator for 16 years, all right? I've done reaction videos for 11 years. I started doing reaction videos in 2015, and then same with gaming videos. I started doing, I guess I became a full-time content creator in 2015. So I have been a content creator since 2010. That's when I created my channel, and then my main channel, and then I became a full-time content creator in 2015. And that was one thing, when it came down to, even when I started doing gaming videos, nobody was talking about how I needed to edit my gaming videos. And I guess when you're doing playthrough, walkthrough style videos, that people don't want those videos to, like, it doesn't require, not so much as that it doesn't require editing, but editing shouldn't be involved when it comes down to playthrough, walkthrough videos, because a person, my thing is this: if I'm playing a video game, and it goes for a lot of different content out there, so I have my reasons, but overall though, if a person is wanting to watch a gaming video. Like, so let's say there's a mission in Grand Theft Auto that a person is struggling on. I skip a whole part of the video because I'm not talking, or I don't find that interesting enough for it to be involved in the video, and this person is wanting to figure out how to beat that mission and stuff. If I am giving credit for them on how, like, you know, them overall beating that mission because they watched my video and I showed the whole mission, I'm going to take that credit. But at the end of the day, though, it's like, I guess when it comes down to content like that, you know, playthrough, walkthrough videos, because I have done editing before with my videos. It's just that my haters refuse to look for them. But I know when I do music, you have to edit music. When I've done like montage videos, whether I'm playing Call of Duty, Battlefield, I'm trying to think, have I ever done a Destiny? I don't think I've ever done no Destiny. I feel like I should have, but anyways, but no, overall though, when I've done like montage style videos, that I've edited them. You have to edit those videos and stuff. It's like, it's mandatory to edit those types of videos. What else? I have done some editing recently. There was a lot of different videos that I had where it required editing because it was just the audio. So obviously some editing has to go into posting those, or overall it being a video and then posting it on the internet and stuff. Yes, editing has to, and it ain't no, the funny thing is, it ain't no different than videos that these guys have watched. So I guess with me on how I've done my editing is that, so I'll record the audio, you know, for the video and then add some gameplay. And I've seen people do that all the time. And it's like, then has whole successful careers off of it. So that's why it really trips me out that when people, I remember at one point in time when they were getting on me about not editing my videos, and I'm like, you're commenting underneath videos that don't require editing. Like, if I'm doing a shout out video for a friend of mine's, how does that video require editing? All I'm simply doing is posting a video saying, hey guys, go check out my friend. They're a Twitch streamer or a YouTuber or a TikToker, whatever the case is. But at that time being, it was mainly like streamers and YouTubers and stuff. TikTok wasn't really a thing at that time, but anyways, but no, overall though, I'm like, okay, if I'm doing that, or if I'm reacting to a trailer where all of the moments that they're showcasing in the trailer, people are gonna want to see your reaction to it. So it's like, I guess, like, if there's, and that's, so when I overall am recording a reaction video and there's parts of the video, kind of like, so body cam video for an example, so there's usually like them fill-in spots where they're not really saying nothing or doing anything. That's when I add my commentary. And sometimes even in the video, I'll pause, and if I have more to say, if I have something to say, then I'll pause the video and say whatever it is that I need to say. So my thing is this: when I do a video, I at least make the video worth watching. You know, like, I give people a reason to watch the video, whether it's watching the video that I'm reacting to, and they very well, if they have a problem, I guess, with my commentary, I link the video in the description. You could click on that link. It sends you directly to the video that I'm reacting to. So you don't have to hear my voice, see my face, none of that. You could just watch the video and you ain't got to see nothing regarding me. But there are people, and it's funny, I think there's only, I don't know if they kind of do like how whatchamacallit, Reddit, where it's like they kind of, you are your like they upvote, yeah, it's like they call it upvote, where you upvote your own answer. The response though involving me, because I'm looking at the guy's answer, and it got almost 1,000 views, and I was like, huh, wow. I'm like, that's good, I guess, you know, 998 views, that's good. But overall, though, I feel like I'm kind of just dragging on, saying everything I need to say. I will come back to this conversation that I was having, but no, let's overall read what this guy said about me and stuff. So, anyways, again, so reading the question, because some of you guys may have, you know, forgot because of all the different stuff that I was saying. So the original person asked, how do some people become so ignorant that they completely ignore obvious facts? Does ignorance say a lot about a person's intelligence? Now, I guess, you know, if I'm looking for an answer on this, I'm not looking for an answer, I guess, regarding a person, because if I were to leave that comment and then somebody got to talking about somebody that nobody knows about, nobody knows who TMossBoss is, all right? I am literally Batman when it comes to the internet. I lurk in the shadows. So it's just, I find it funny how he's trying to bring this up as like a conversation starter, as if people know who I am. And it's like, that's how you just know that people like him, they're not good at conversating. Conversations, that's the last thing that they look for. I guess if it comes down to the internet, they're probably like, oh, well, I'm not going to be judged. This is the internet. Nobody doesn't know who I am. But yeah, when they see things like that, like, I guess if I'm overall asking a question about cars, for an example, right? And I'm all like, what's that like one bad car that, everybody, like, I'm talking on the general audience. I'm talking on everybody. What is that one car that the whole world does not like? Now, let's just say it's Honda Civics. Not saying that people do hate Honda Civics, but let's just use Honda Civics as an example. My thing is this. I'm most likely going to be looking for that answer because I kind of already know the answer. And I feel like that's what that person was overall doing with that question, is that they kind of know the answer. They just want to hear other people's answers regarding it and stuff to see maybe if they can add more to their answer. But when you're trying to add things that don't matter, so everybody's going to obviously say Honda Civics. You come up out of nowhere and you start talking about Ford F-150s because of your own personal experience with Ford F-150s. And there's probably a lot of people out there that like Ford F-150s. So explain to me, how is you not liking Ford F-150s? Why does that have to be involved in my conversation? Like, that's one of those things where I'm like, do you guys see yourself, like, let's say you're out in public, right? And you hear somebody talking about, like, let's just say they're talking on content creating. And then, they're talking on, like, big creators that people know about, right? And like, yeah, let's say, all right, so the recent controversy I seen is that, I don't know if this is true or not, but, I did see that, Mike Tyson, that he's suing, Jake Paul for millions of dollars. So, let's say there's two people talking about that, right? And you're hearing, like, oh, they talking on some content creating stuff. Maybe this might be the time to mention TMossBoss and all that. I just want to just kind of show you guys how, like, these conversations be going about when my name gets involved, because it's silly. But overall, though, there's two people, and they're talking about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. So it's probably a person, and they all like, yeah, did you hear Mike Tyson? He's suing Jake Paul for millions of dollars. I guess it was like some unpaid debts for the boxing match and things. And the person's like, oh my God, like, that's crazy. I know them two brothers, Logan Paul and Jake Paul. They're always getting caught up in some controversy. This is how one of my haters sound. Yeah, man, that Jake Paul and Logan Paul stuff, it's crazy. But you guys did, it ain't nothing compared to TMossBoss. Oh yeah, TMossBoss. He done ignored people's advice. He doesn't listen to criticism. He done made fun of people and he's a bad person. People are going to be looking at you like you're crazy. Like, I know that's one of those things like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll probably look into that when I get home. They're not going to look into it. If you've ever heard those words when you done got to talking about my name and the person's all like, oh yeah, I'm going to look him up once when I get home. I guarantee and I promise you, you're that type of person where you wait for them to get home, message them talking about, hey, did you look up that TMossBoss guy? Now they're forced to look my name up. Now I got unwanted people watching my videos because you're forcing them to watch my videos. But so anyways, let's go ahead and read off this guy's answer. So this person that left this comment, their name is Max Gerber, whatever their last name is. It's just, okay. But anyways, so they go on to say, I don't know how people become completely ignorant, but I know a completely ignorant person. And that's the thing where it's like, I guess, I don't know, maybe mentioning me, it does add on to it, but I just feel like that it needs to be something interesting. I don't consider myself an interesting person to be having hate conversations about amongst each other and things. I guess my thing is this, if you're sitting around talking amongst people, hating on me, you gotta realize how silly that looks. Like, I don't know, I guess I look at it where it's like, I've been in your shoes before. There are people out there that I don't particularly care for, but I can't say that I have hatred for them to where I gotta go on Quora.com and talk about them. So anyways, but so he goes on to say, when a bunch of people told TMossBoss, that's me, to edit his videos, he uploaded a video about it, no longer available. So it's a video that I took down. Because there was a lot of different videos I remember taking down, talking on, because it was videos where I'm like, okay, I'll just put them all together in one big video and stuff. So anyways, but so the person, he goes on to say, in that he said, what's the deal? It doesn't matter. Overall, I still stand by that. I don't think throughout and I was going to mention that earlier and forgot, throughout the years of me doing gaming videos, reaction videos, I'm trying to think of even videos where I'm just kind of sitting down talking about stuff, there is not one single person that has commented, I guess outside of my hate group, there is not one single person that has commented underneath my videos talking about, oh, you need to edit your videos. Not one. If you're watching a video and you're nitpicking at stuff like that, fam, you're not somebody to sit down and watch videos with. I'm sorry, but if there's a group of friends and you're one of those people in that friend group and they're all sitting down watching the TMossBoss video and you're all like, oh my god, like this edit, he doesn't edit his videos. Oh no, like I gotta, fam, what is the problem? And what's crazy, my videos, they're making it seem like that my videos are like 6 to 7 hours long, fam. It's like, I have to say, like, there are some videos that I do, that I have uploaded, and I wish they had, I don't think YouTube has, like, a length thing where you can see, like, your longest videos and stuff. Hold on for a second. Let me, check real quick. I don't think, nope, they don't. Dang, I wish they did, but I think probably the longest video that I've ever uploaded was, it was actually, a reaction video to a, video about me, and I think them videos were maybe a few hours, long, like, cause there was a lot of things to, talk on and debunk and cover and all that stuff, so, I guess, and that's the thing, too, where it's like, okay, I do a reaction to these videos, right? And then people are wanting to see the video throughout, and they were wanting to see all the different things that I talk on. Because I talk on just about everything that was involved in the videos about me and stuff. So that's why I'm like, so my thing is this. Let's say I'm like, oh, this video is too long. It's a 3-hour long video. I'm going to shave it down to an hour. And there's things that you guys are going to want to see that if I talked about it and stuff, what, am I supposed to post the video in 15 different parts just so the video can be edited down for your likings? Really? I mean, and is it going to make any difference whether I upload the video in parts and they have all this editing and all this other stuff, or I upload the video in its entirety and then you don't have to click on multiple different videos to watch? I'm telling you, like, there's at times where people, they be so blind by hate, they don't even be thinking. But anyways, so then, so he goes on, he says that, he quoted me when I said, what's the deal? It doesn't matter. I don't feel like I usually say, what's the deal? Like, I don't feel like I'm a what's the deal person. I feel like I know how I talk. I can't remember myself ever saying, what's the deal? I don't know. Maybe I did say, maybe I was being adventurous with my wordplay and stuff. But anyways, so then he goes on to say, how does that make him ignorant? Firstly, he knew that the deal is him editing his videos, which he never does. Yes, even now he doesn't edit his videos. Still don't till this day. Secondly, the it doesn't matter part really doesn't make any sense. So I guess what part of those 3 words doesn't make any sense, or like 2.5 words? Like I feel like words like it and like at and stuff like that, they're like, are those are considered words, right? I feel like it's like a short word, and so yeah, I'm like 2.5 words. But my thing is this: jokes aside, I said that it doesn't matter because nobody is watching. There's a guy outside wanting to be all out with his bike, and I'm trying to focus on doing this podcast episode, so I'm just going to drag it out until he leaves the neighborhood. I really don't know where you could possibly be going at this. Maybe he got a night shift job. I don't know. But anyways, getting back to what I was saying, but overall, though, so when I had said, now that I know for sure I have said, I feel like I didn't said that numerous times, but it's mainly been with this group on the internet. Anybody else, they don't come to my videos talking about the editing. They're just there to watch. So when I very first got into doing reaction videos, I didn't know about the audience. So, and I guess to kind of give you guys a little bit of info on where this guy came from. So there's a YouTuber that I've had issues with for almost 10 years now. I think the first video he uploaded about me was uploaded on the 29th of this month. So I don't know when exactly this podcast episode will come out, but I'm recording this on April 25th. So I think, yeah, April 29th is when all the drama had went down between me and this YouTuber. But yeah, he's been outed out for being a racist pedophile. At least that's from what I've seen. I think a lot of people really don't know too much about the racism, but I've seen it firsthand and have heard some racist stories about him. But the pedophile stuff, I mean, he's defended pedophiles. He's had pedophiles edit videos for him. He done uploaded some questionable pedophile type videos himself. So yeah, I'm like, fam, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, I don't think it's going to be a Ford F-150. I feel like my final answer is going to be a duck. All right, that's my final answer. That's my Jeopardy answer, bidding all my money on it and stuff. So, but no, overall though, before I had dealt with these people, nobody had ever commented about me editing my video. So I remember when I was kind of had made my name in the or made a name for myself in the McJuggernuggets fan base. That fan base never once had was like questioning me about my editing and stuff. They just wanted to see me react to a video. And I feel like that if I were to edit parts out of that video, that the fans would be upset because they're like, we want to see your reaction to that. So yes, even if my thing is this, I guess with me, even if I don't have a reaction to something, I still would try to like make some sort of content out of it. So yeah, let's say it's just a part of them walking and stuff. I'll probably get to looking around, you know, if there ain't really nothing happening. And I'm like, oh wow, that's a nice area that they live in. You know, it's like it seems very spacey. It seems like that they don't really have to worry about neighbors, you know, knocking on their door, asking them random questions and stuff. Look like they got a nice. I see, that's the thing, and I guess to overall, you know, simplify it, I'm entertaining, so I don't have to edit parts out. I mean, I could, but overall, I feel like that parts of the video will be missing. Now I'm having to post like, oh, the deleted scenes. Yeah, I'm like, my YouTube channel isn't a DVD, okay? It's like, I don't have deleted scenes and stuff. You see the whole video in its entirety. If Zack Snyder can do it with Justice League, so can I. Ain't nobody got on that man about, and the funny thing is, I just remember, you know, it's funny how mentioning that, and that wasn't really even thinking about it. It just kind of just came out and stuff. But I remember when people were talking about the Justice League movie when it came out, and I think that was the conversation with it, was that it felt short. It felt like that there wasn't a whole lot of things that was covered. All of a sudden, Zack Snyder, he comes out with his cut, and then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, people like this movie now. They like the difference between the full version or the longer version and the short version and stuff. So that's why I'm like, why is it okay for him to do it, to upload a longer version of his movie, but it's a problem if I want to upload a longer version of my YouTube video? Does that make any sense? And then it's like, just for people to turn around and ask anyways. That's why I'm like, when they're not content creators, they like to comment, or well, I ain't gonna say commentate, but they like to kind of give out feedback as if they were a content creator. And that's why I'm like, okay, well, you show me how editing needs to work. Don't view somebody else's video. I want to see a video from you. To this Max guy and stuff, I want to see a video from you. But anyways, so he continuing on with what he said, so he was like, secondly, it doesn't matter. Part really doesn't make any sense. Sure, it might not matter to him, but the people aren't him. To them, it does matter. How can you speak for everybody? That's what I would like to know. Like, that's one thing that it's funny because I just mentioned this in a video earlier. I cannot stand when people, like, if I'm asking somebody a question and another person jumps in, because I was watching a body cam video and the girl was like all distraught, crying and all that stuff. So the police officer walked up on her and was all like, hey, what's the problem? Her boyfriend jumps in and he's answering for her, talking about, and the bike man is back. I just don't understand. Like, fam, you just please either go home or go to wherever it is that you're trying to go to. But I'm trying to do this podcast episode. But anyways, get back to, okay, it sounds like he ain't left the neighborhood again. So it's like he forgot something. He was all like, oh, wait a minute. No, I didn't. It's right here. So he just drove. Anyways, don't know what that guy's problem is. But so anyways, the body cam video. So the guy, the girl is crying. The guy or the cop's all like, hey, what's the problem? Guy just jumps in and he's all like, oh, nothing's wrong with her. She's fine and stuff. And then when you hear it from her, she was saying that how he hit her in the face with a cell phone and stuff. So I'm like, okay, she wasn't fine. So that's why I'm like, fam, when I see when they do things like that, I'm like, okay, you have your answer. That's good for you. Now I'm directing my attention to her, because last I checked, I was asking her the question. So that's why I'm like, yeah, it's like people that do stuff like that, you just want to be a spokesperson for everybody. Fam, you don't know what everybody wants. You know what you want. And the funny thing is, he doesn't even know what he wants. So this whole comment, this is all going based off of a video that he watched. This wasn't an original comment. And it's funny how they would always get on me about being original, but I'm like, yeah, you guys can't even be original. You're going based off of what somebody else said, and you're trying to make it seem like it's original. It's not original. So, but anyways, then he goes on to say to them, okay, so he was like, but the people aren't him. To them, it does matter. You know, whether he edits his videos or doesn't. That's just one example from him. I got way more to tell about him. Next paragraph, when he responded to IBB, short for I Bully Bullies, and it's funny because it's like, yeah, you have to name off all these different things. Again, that's stuff, that's information that people didn't ask for. We don't care about these extra characters that's involved in this TMossBoss comment and stuff. But so anyways, then he goes on to say, short for I Bully Bullies, formerly known as mainstream media commentary. Had to say like this whole guy's biography. I feel like people know more about I Bully Bullies than they know about me. All they just know is that I don't care for editing and stuff. And he went and named off this guy his nickname, his full government content creating name, his former content creating government name. It's like, bro, who cares about that? But anyways, then he goes on to say in his video he asked whether there was new rules, regulations, and stuff like that when it was obvious that he's lying while the others are telling the truth. So, okay, so let me reread that again. When he responded to I Bully Bullies in his video, he asked whether there was new rules, regulations, and stuff like that when it was obvious that he's lying while the others are telling the truth. What am I... That just... Okay, I'm kind of confused because it sounds like he's saying that so I'm gonna try to, like, you know, figure this part of the comment out. So he's talking about me, how I must have asked, are there any new rules or regulations regarding YouTube and the editing, you know, stuff and things? Because if not, there's no reason for me. It's not like I'm breaking a law by not editing my videos. So I think that's probably, if that's what he's talking about, then yeah. And I'm like, overall, there ain't no rules on YouTube that says that you have to edit your videos, because if that was the case, there would probably be over 1 billion videos being taken down from YouTube. I mean, we had where people, Vine, for an example. It wasn't when Vine, when it very first came out, there wasn't no editing when it came down to doing a Vine video. You had 7 seconds to do a Vine video, and if you didn't get it down in them 7 seconds, then it was like, you know, you pretty much ain't get, like, you would have to do parts and stuff. And again, people are not trying to see videos being played in parts. They're just trying to see the video. Because I guess, like, if it's a movie, so let's say instead of like a part 1 and a part 2 and a part 3 of a movie and stuff, they're showing scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, scene 4, because they want the stuff to be edited down correctly. Would you go, so okay, so let's say, yeah, the Justice League movie, the Zack Snyder cut, the 4 or 5 hour long version. Would you go back and forth to a theater every single day? I don't even know how many scenes like are together in that movie, but it's probably a lot. If the movie is like 4.5, almost 5 hours, it's probably a lot of scenes in there. Would you go to the theater every single day just to see a new scene, not a new part, not a new Justice League 1, 2, 3, 4, no, Justice League scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, scene 4? Would you go to a movies to go see that? Or would you want to just go and see the whole movie all put together? And then it's like, down on top of that, then there might even be deleted scenes. Ain't nobody trying to do that. But so my thing is this, like I guess how I said all these years ago, if there ain't no rules regarding it, it's like, okay, I guess, and then like it just seemed like he kind of skipped a part and he was saying that I lied and then other people are telling the truth. What did I lie about? Like, that's what I'm kind of confused on. Like, if there's something else that needed to be said in that comment, then he should have said it. But that's how I know that these guys are just watching other people's videos and they're just like, oh, okay, let me just write down what they're saying in their videos and stuff. Because the I Bully Bullies guy, he doesn't have any videos on uploaded about me anymore. I think he did try to be cool with me and stuff, but I think I don't know. If he was trying to be cool with me, cool. If not, then I think it was like him just trying to get the racist pedophile, the leader of that whole community and stuff. I think he was trying to pretty much get him some content, because I remember the last time Bullies contacted me, he was all like, oh yeah, like let's just let the past be the past, all that stuff. But I want you to have a conversation. So the YouTuber in question, the leader of this whole group, his name is Just a Robot. If you look him up, you'll see a lot of different information about him and stuff. So, but yeah, he overall wanted me to have a call with him, and I'm like, if he wants to apologize, cool. But if not, then it's like, fam, I ain't got nothing to say to him. But and then yeah, that's when they started talking about him being dyslexic and stuff, and I'm like, okay, say the apology backwards. Like, that's one thing that I'm all like, I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing no dislike. He can talk, right? So it's like, if he knows words, he can talk and say whatever he needs to say, but say it in the form of a video and just send it to me. Trust me, I'll get the message. But anyways, but yeah, overall though, getting back to this, to this part of the comment. What did I lie about? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Then he's saying, and the others are telling the truth. Telling the truth on what? You just pretty much. So again, let's just say that this was this would be the original cut of the or not the original, but the shorter version of Justice League. Where it's like there's parts missing where it's like, okay, we're gonna need some context on me lying and them telling the truth. Because I for one, it's funny, they always say that. They always say that I lied, and I'm thinking to myself, what did I lie about? You guys stay saying that I lied about something, but I don't even know what I lied about. Like, it was not too long ago where somebody, because I did an April Fool's joke where I made it seem like that I apologized to Just a Robot, and somebody commented underneath that video talking about, oh, you need to apologize for this. And I think I had said, I'm like, pretty much, I'm not apologizing. And then they was like, oh, you need to apologize for lying on his name. And I'm like, what did I lie about? Like, you guys are just pretty much repeating what he said in the video. But I'm like, even in the video, he didn't even explain what I lied about. They just said, oh, TMossBoss is a liar. He lied about this. He lied about that. And that's literally how they said it. They don't even say what I lied about. So anyways, but then moving on to the next part of the comment. So then he goes on to say, lastly, he rambos a lot whenever he attempts to defend himself against Just a Robot and his fans. For an example, he rambos 30% in his video. Your argument is not valid. This means that he rambled for more than a quarter of the video. This proves his ignorance. What did I ramble about? What? Okay, hold on for a second. Do I still have that video uploaded? Hold on for a second. So the video, your argument is invalid. And I think that was just more so kind of poking fun at them when they always would say that. So the video, an 8-minute video. I'm trying to figure, like, maybe I got to go back and watch my videos and stuff. Do I still have that? I think I still have that Adidas hoodie. I'm wearing an Adidas hoodie in the video. And I'm like, I haven't seen that hoodie in a while. And I know I didn't donate it. I'm going to have to look for that hoodie and stuff. But anyways, but it's like, what are you... Anyways, like, this video, it's like one of the most... He was doing vague comments before vague comments even went viral. Like, because nobody is not going to know what this guy is talking about. But he's thinking that everybody that's reading his comment, they're in his mind and they're understanding what he's talking about and stuff. But then anyways, he goes on to say, this proves his ignorance, but I'm not done with this part just yet. First, he said, you won't hit the McDonald's with your argument is valid card or just something like that. Second, he said, you gotta grab your marker and write some science something. What? There had to have been, like, again, vague posting, because I'm like, I don't even know what he's talking about. Maybe I did say that, but I feel like there had to have been some context behind it. Like, I didn't just randomly just say, so the video's an 8-minute video, right? So at what point in time did I say, but it's like, you got to like provide, the full part of the video and stuff. If you just show, so again, mentioning Justice League, if you show Superman fighting with Wonder Woman, and then it's like, okay, what led to this point? Like, you just cut to the scene of where they were fighting. What led to this point? Like, fam, what are you talking about? So yeah, these guys, again, the whole copy and paste stuff. He's seen this from somebody and just, wanted to run with it and stuff. And then he goes on to say, at that point, I knew that he was ignorant to the point he doesn't even know what he's talking about, or maybe some silly thing like that. That's all I will say about him. This should prove that he's massively ignorant. The last part should especially prove that. And it's funny, I think he had to have been the only one that upvoted. So no, when you look at some of the other comments underneath this post, everybody has upvotes. Okay, maybe not one. So he had to have upvoted the thing himself, because I'm looking at it, and there's other people that don't have upvotes. So he definitely upvoted it himself, I guess, to, I don't know, maybe put himself further up into the ranks. But yeah, overall though, I'm like, fam, you explained absolutely nothing. All you just did was showcase your hatred towards TMossBoss, to where you had to go onto a post that ain't had nothing to do. And I think this was at a point in time, because this was 7 years ago. Yeah, I think this was at a point in time where they were just trying to do any and everything that they possibly could to, I guess, get me canceled on the internet. So yeah, making videos about me, tweeting about me, I guess, yeah, now commenting under post on Quora questions and stuff. Yeah, these guys are trying to do any and everything that they possibly can to, I guess, to, cancel me and stuff. But getting back to the editing, right? I guess, answering that question, why I don't edit my videos. And I feel like I did kind of explain it, but again, explaining it for those that might have missed it. So the reason why I don't edit my videos is because I guess I'm looking at myself. I was always a YouTube watcher before I was a YouTube creator. So before I got into content creating, I would just sit down and just watch videos. And I kind of was doing that even after I had decided to start uploading videos and stuff. Like, I still was a YouTube watcher. But then in 2015 I became more of a content creator. And then overall though, I'm like, I guess when I started doing videos, and I'm like, I don't want to edit parts out that I feel like that needs to be seen. It needs to be shown. People need to know how I reacted to this part. Or even if I'm doing a video where I'm talking, I make sure of it when, just like how I did this whole podcast episode. Now imagine if there was a whole portion of this podcast episode that was missing, because I usually do 15-minute podcast episodes. So let's say I shaved off 20 minutes of this podcast episode, and then they just randomly end it. And I'm like, oh, if you guys want to see the deleted scenes and all that other stuff, oh, now you got to do this. Now you got to do that. Now you got, fam. And I guess, like, where does it say? Hold on for a second. Let's just look this up, because I feel like they won't Google it themselves. Does it say in the YouTube guidelines that your videos need editing? Let's just see what YouTube guidelines do not explicitly require all videos to be edited, but they strongly emphasize original high-effort content for monetization. So when I'm doing a video, I guess, because my, there's videos of mine that are monetized, and they don't have no editing and all that other stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, if YouTube had a problem, because I feel like that they would be the ones, like, you're trying to, and that's how I look at it. These individuals on the internet, these, the racist pedophile fan base and stuff, they're trying to have a say-so in somebody else's house. Now, when, let's just say you're at somebody else's house, right? You're at a person's house, and there's that one person that doesn't have no ownership. They're a visitor, just like you, and they're trying to tell you what to do in this person's house. They just came up with their own rules, and because, there's some other people, other visitors that also agree with them, I'm supposed to listen to them. Who are you going to listen to? Are you going to listen to the visitors in the house, or are you going to listen to the homeowner? Because if the homeowner tells me, so let's say for an example, it's on something like the homeowner says, shoes need to be off when you enter the house. So my thing is this, I'm going to listen to that. I'm going to take my shoes off. Now, if you're saying like, oh, you need to put your shoes back on because it's disrespectful in Kentucky to take your shoes off. We're not at Kentucky. I'm at somebody's house right now. They told me to take their shoes off. I'm listening to them. So if there's, I guess if they want me to put my shoes back on, then they're going to have to be the ones that tell me to put my shoes back on. So switching this back to YouTube, if YouTube reaches out to me and they say that I need to edit my videos, then I will edit my videos. But I'm not going to listen to another visitor on YouTube to tell me to edit my videos. You don't have no ownership on YouTube. You don't have no ownership of my channel. The only thing that you have ownership of is your channel. That's it. But my thing is this: if that's the case, go to other people's YouTube channels and try to have some say so on what they do with their videos. Go to Mr. Beast's channel and try to have some say so. You're gonna probably get drowned out by the millions of people commenting underneath his videos. But overall, if you don't want to do that, okay, go to Twitch and because Twitch, I'm like, it's a live stream. You can't even edit stuff on there. So, but my thing is this though: I'm like, yeah, go on to a person's Twitch stream and try to tell them what games they need to play and things that they need to do for whatever reasons and stuff. But at the end, my thing is this: if not that, then you showcase it. But if you ain't gonna do that, fam, get up out. Well, I ain't gonna say get up out my comment sections because this was just a random question on Quora. But overall, though, it's like, what point is there to, I guess, be this upset about me not editing videos when you're not even watching the videos? Like, that's the funny thing about it. I guarantee and I promise you, let's just search this guy up real quick and see if he's, that would be crazy. I don't even think he has like 4 answers. I don't think he don't have like no other stuff about me and stuff. But overall though, let's just see comments. Let's turn that off. Let's see. No comments underneath the video. So it's like, this is just a random guy. And I think he just, yeah, he watched the videos that other people was uploading about me. And yeah, he was just extremely hurt by me not even that. He's just going based off of what somebody else said. But I guarantee and I promise you, this guy is not watching my videos today. So that's why I'm like, fam, how are you going to be, you put all this effort into, probably at one point in time he was commenting, and maybe, I don't know, maybe he might have deleted his profile because he probably realized how silly it was. But overall though, I'm like, fam, why does it matter to you so much if I'm editing my videos? Because if you're not watching the videos and stuff, then it's like, bruh, what's the problem? I'm looking at it, it's like, okay, this guy must be watching my videos every single day, day and night. Doesn't matter how many videos I upload, he's watching them. And that's the thing, YouTube had the feature of where you can skip past parts, fast forward the video. So if you felt like the video was too long or dragging out, guess what? Skip a part, fast forward the video. I'm saying, like, why do I have to tell you this stuff? And I guarantee and I promise you a grown man. So that's why I'm like, bruh, it's, you know, having to explain things to full-blown adults. Yeah, no, I can't do that. So, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. I almost forgot how to do my outro. But anyways, thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.